Hello guys, let's solve 1 by x equals to 4 to the power x. And there is one easy way to solve this and another interesting way to solve this. Now, I've given guys two hints with two part hints. So for the first one, it's for the easy one. Mama didn't blank a weak sun, so it's raise. And my blank still has feelings for me, so if you're talking about x, it's obviously x. Not my x, but somebody's x's, of course, probably. So together you have raise x. So for the easy one, raise x. So you would kind of have to raise power to something related with x. Now I'll talk about that later because I'm going to do the interesting method first because the easy one is too simple. Now, for the interesting hint, not a sheep but a blank was killed by a wolf. Now, if it's not a sheep, it's a lamb. So a lamb was killed by a wolf. Another hint, well, it is not a fill in the blanks, but it's just logical. 23 A B C D. So what I mean by this hint, if it was not obvious, well, I don't think it really is, but I'm talking about the 23rd letter in the alphabet. A B C D E F G S blah 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 blah, blah, which is W. So together you have lamb W. Now, what the hell does lamb W mean? I'm not talking about just random things. I'm talking about the Lambert W function. Yes, the Lambert W function, in which the Lambert W of x into e to the power x just gives x back. So basically W of x is a function. So if we have a function which is x into e to the power x, then W of x is equals to, well, the inverse of this function right here. So f inverse of x. And you know that the f inverse of a function, or the inverse function of the function of x, simply gives x back, and the inverse function right here is w, and instead of fx we can put this x into e to the power x gives x back. So this is what we're going to be using for the interesting method. So in the first step we have to put x and e to the power x. So basically x into number to the power x. So just put x over here, we get 1 equals to x 4 to the power x. And here we want base e, not 4. So let's just make it into base e. We can do that by knowing that a is equals to e to the power ln a. Since here also e and ln are inverse function of each other, they cancel, giving a back. So it's just x e to the power ln 4 to the power x. Now, because of the indices law, these two powers will multiply. So x e to the power ln 4x. Now, you can see for this one we need to have the same x and the same x over here. So in front of the e we need the same function, and for the power of e we also need the same function. So basically Lambert W of, let's say, a potato, and into e to the power that potato will give the potato back. These three are the same potato. But right here we just have a small part of the potato, or a missing part of the potato. So right here we can see we have ln 4 into x, but here we only have x. So simply we just are missing ln 4. Let's just multiply it on both sides. So ln 4 equals to ln 4x e to the power ln 4x. And now we can use the Lambert W function. And so here this will just give ln 4x back. This will be the w of ln 4. Oh, I forgot to mention, Lambert W function is also known as a product log function. And here x is just equals to w of ln 4 by ln 4. Now I can give you another interesting way to represent this. So you know that f inverse of fx gives x. but that also means the function of the inverse function of x will also give x back, meaning that f of lambda w of x will give x back. So we just have to put it over here. So in place of x we have to put the lambda w function. So lambda w of x e to the power lambda w of x will also be equals to x. This is due to the function inverse function law or property. So we can see we have lambda w of ln4 and ln4. So that means using this we can see that w of ln4 e to the power w of ln4 is equals to ln4. So we have w of ln4 by ln4. So we can just divide everything by ln4, and we have an extra term e here we can take to the right hand side. So this becomes e to the power minus w of ln4. So overall x can be equals to e to the power negative lambda w function of log natural of 4. Yes, I told you it was interesting, and I haven't checked this on Wolfram Alpha or any of those advanced calculator, but x should be 2. This value should be 2. If it's not, please correct me, but it should be 2 based on the other easy method, which I'm just going to do over here. So you have 1 by x equals to 4 to the power x. Now let's use this hint, raise x. So you have to raise some power related to x. So here, if you raise both sides to power x, you'll have 1 by x to the power x, 4 to the power 2x, which gets more complicated. But what if we raise to the power 1 by x? What that happens is left hand side becomes 1 by x to the power 1 by x. So you see they both are the same. If you let z, you have z to the power z, so they both are same, equals to 4 to the power x, and due to indices law again, they will multiply, and x cancels, giving us 4. 1 by x to the power 1 by x is equals to 4. But you can write 4 as a square, 2 square. So you see that these two variables are the same. These two 2's are the same. So simply you can conclude 1 by x has to be equals to 2. Oh, sorry. That means x has to be equals to 1 by 2. So my bad for the mistake. X should be equals to 1 by 2 for this or this. They both are the same. And you can check if you want. 1 by x equals to 4 to the power x. So if you put x equals to 1 by 2, you'll get 1 by half, which is 1 by 1 by 2. That 2 will come up. So 2 equals to 4 to the power half. So which is just square root of 4, which is just 2, which is true. And if you learn something new, please like and subscribe. Thank you.